What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys haven't seen the last video, we spent some time on Hakeem's car and we got his wagon set up in his EG. He just texted me this morning and said he figured out his axle situation, so his car is ready to rock and roll here real soon, other than his exhaust system. But aside from that, his axle hopefully doesn't pop out anymore, and hopefully he takes his car to the track with us on the 24th. So today we're back here on the 88 HF, and as I mentioned in the last video or two videos ago about this car, the next step to it after paint is remove the engine and prep the engine bay to get refreshed. We painted the car a week ago, last Saturday. Today is Saturday, and it seems to have cured really nicely, but I'm gonna let it cure a lot longer. I don't think I'm gonna cut and polish it anytime soon, but I have a brand new car cover on it just to keep it from getting caked up with a ton of dust and, you know, particles that could scratch the paint. If I don't put the car cover on, the cats are going to scratch up the paint, so it's give or take one or the other. Right now I'm pretty much just gonna dive right into it, guys. I want to get this engine out of the bay and see if I could just eliminate as much stuff as I can to clean up the engine bay and get it prepped for sanding, which is probably not going to be in this video. Let's go. That's very clever. right guys, so back here the next day. Yesterday we got the B16 pulled out of the CRX, and today's goal is not much. Today's goal is just to strip the engine bay down as much as I can, and that means literally everything you see caked up on the frame rails and the firewall, they are all going to be removed, or at least most of it is going to be removed. Now, I told myself that I wanted to keep the under the hood original white. I am going to try to source a what is this, hood grommet, hood rubber weather stripping thing right here, because it was oversprayed from the previous paint jobs. I'm going to try to find an unpainted one just to kind of give it that much more cleaner look. But I told myself that I wanted to keep under the hood original because of all of the stickers and stuff. Don't mind the laundry, it's going off right now, it's kind of loud, but I wanted to keep it because of all those stickers and just kind of keep it nostalgic, I guess. I don't know, maybe I should get some Nitto tires to make the sticker worthy of having that spot. I also thought about just taping all of the sticker off and just respraying the hood as well too. I'm not sure what I want to do with this just yet, but it may just be the last thing. So leave a comment down below. Should I paint it? Should I leave it original and just polish it out? All right, guys, so we finally got the engine bay almost completely stripped down, and by almost is because we haven't removed the booster and the master just yet. I figured while I was at it, I'm gonna take off all the headlights, everything up in the front, the horn, everything is completely removed. I'm gonna probably pull the fender off as well too, to kind of get it ready for the wire tuck process and not damage this as well when I, you know, get to painting the engine bay. But for right now, it's just gonna sit here. I'm still debating on removing the full subframe just to scuff it up really good, give it a nice coat of black paint, and then all of the suspension like underneath the wheel well. I probably am going to overhaul all of this as well too, except the steering rack. It does not feel bad at all, but it does definitely look like the OEM pieces are in here. I'll figure out the inner and outer tie rod stuff later, but right now what I did notice when I was taking the engine apart, that the bushings up here has been changed out. This bushing has a cover on it, you know, it comes with the energy suspension kit. The LCA itself has bushings installed. The sway bar has been changed out. Now granted, these are all pretty old. I won't know until I fully tear it apart to see how cracked up the bushings are. If they're in good condition, I'll leave it alone. If not, I have a ton extra, and buying the little knick-knack missing bushings that I may or may not need, it's not that expensive. I don't know what spindle this is. Granted, the car is an HF, but it had a B swap. I believe John told me that the cups on the axle were swapped, so I'm not sure if this is the 32 regular like B series, EFSI, whatever, but I do have CRX SI spindles in the storage that I can just swap over to ensure we have the right spindles, so I can order the right parts for it. But all this will come out in due time. Huge progress. Now I think these next couple of days I'm gonna clean his engine bay, sand it down, and I'm probably not going to show you guys all that. It's the same process as the bodywork stages, and I really want to just get this thing fully scuffed down or sand it down. I'm going to do some weld jobs in some of the holes that aren't meant to be here, like this hole right here, or for the MSD setup there's a hole right there and right here that doesn't belong there. This does not belong here. These two right here were for the alarm system that I want to fill back up. All of the factory holes, I'm going to leave them alone. I would love to shave this engine bay, but it's definitely a timely process. Now I did shave a couple engine bays during my time, and my EF sedan for one, but it really does take a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as OEM as possible. You guys saw I took off the little grommets and little rubbers. I'm going to install those all back to give it little characteristics in the engine bay instead of just being one solid color, which we're going to keep polar white. But I mean, all of this we'll figure out as we move along. I am going to wrap up the video right here, guys. We're making a ton of progress with the engine bay of the CRX, and hopefully again in the next couple of days we're going to get this bay prepped and painted. We're probably going to pick back up with you guys then, but now that this bay is stripped down, it's time for me to get down to work. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a thumbs up, and if you guys want to stick around for more shenanigans with this car here to come, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.